Welcome back for another reading and correcting of Shattered Salvation. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. Today, we are doing Chapter 3. If you touch him, said, watching the human edge toward the old man, I'm going to rip your head off. He reached inside for another wire, trusting to the human's fear of him to make him obey. More wires moved and reconnected. Lit up. The panel lit up. How? The human asked, and looked at his singed fingers, causing the crowd to shuffle back. They'd gotten closer than they should have, the way they outnumbered him, giving them courage, till they saw his unconcerned expression. A fight with them would be more a waste of time than a problem. The human was checking him, face showing back against against the column, as if anyone here had an interest. The column vibrated and away from it. In front of the door. Tristan growled and the human backed away on the crowd, where he shrieked and jumped away from everyone, calmed himself and looked at the open door. Force field can only be turned off from the office. Stared at the blue glowing field in the doorway. His tone was one of authority, but he was scared and disappointed as the rest of the crowd. Tristan turned his back to them and looked in, waiting. The glow blinked off, and the crowd shuffled forward in unison and looked over his shoulder, growling and baring his teeth. Most backed away immediately. The brave one waited until he turned fully and extended, extended his claws. The human hurried back when Tristan leveled his gaze on him. Put the remnants of his pants on and to pick up the old man when the lights inside the lift flickered and went off. He looked in the panel, searched for the wire that came undone, but they were all in place. Metal ground against metal somewhere in the distance. Tristan? Alex's faint voice. Alex's faint voice. Stepped inside, found a corner that was damaged, slipped a finger in and pulled it down. Tristan? Alex called again, louder. Alex, what happened? Shield I put in front of the panel fell and a stray bolt blew it. The entire system's down. Can you bypass it? There's nothing to bypass. It's ancient, all mechanical. For your area than mine, but the controls are all up here. Glared at the crowd, who decided this distraction. This distraction was permission to approach. Away. The guards? Dead. Warden +6. Unless the information was incorrect, that's all of them. Ships? No one made it out of the control room, so it's fine, as are the other two. The sycophant edged closer, looking hopeful, kept his distance. It was another human who caught his attention by running. Fuck this. But I'm getting out of here. The man was short and wiry. Tristan let him get in the lift. The man tried to elbow him aside. Tristan grabbed him by the neck, slammed him against one wall, hearing bones break, then the other, with more breaking. When he threw him out of the lift, Tristan yanked his hand back without opening it and kept a bloody souvenir. And fell on his back, the others watching in horror as he gasped for breath, bubble bursting through, blood pouring out of his neck. Alex threw the windpipe capped next to the mouth part with a gasp. Then looked around, then up. I'm coming. Start wiping everything. He stepped out of the lift and everyone took a few steps back. Looked them over, evaluating the rags they wore, and looked at the sycophant. What he wore looked in marginally better condition. You, let him come here. Marty hurried to Tristan's side. Your shirt. The human looked at him. What about? Tristan grabbed the collar on each side and ripped the shirt off the man's body. Leave. He ripped strips from the shirt. But you need. Sycophant began. Tristan growled, sent him running for the wall, away from the. He did a quick weave of the strips and tied them around the old man's wrist, wiped the blood off his hand with the rest of the shirt, slipping the man's arm over around his neck, sure he would slip off. Then went back inside the lift, pulled himself up, holding the edge of the roof, and then stepped. Then stepping. The struts to grab hold of the cable, he pulled himself up. He hurried, hearing the crowd rush the door. They fought one another, more interested in being first. He was most of the way to the door to the guard room when he felt the cable shake. Someone had managed to get through the crowd and start climbing. Shift in the cable came more pronounced as more people climbed. He reached the door. Alex reached out and pulled him close enough for him to step in. Laid the old man on the floor and checked his pulse, slightly more erratic. "No, you have a following, right?" Alex was looking down the shaft and looked around the room. "That one has grenades. Throw one down." "Sure." Alex wrote. "The corporation who owns this prison be pissed at us?" And watched him. "If they do, is it a problem?" Alex looking with grenades. "We have enough to do without adding complications." "Wipe the system." Best as I could. Grenade down the shaft. This thing is beyond antique. The grenade pinged against walls. A few people screamed in terror, then free fall. Then in free fall, before the floor shook and a blast of heated air erupted from the shaft's door. Concludes Chapter 3 of Shattered Salvation. If you are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next one's going to be, subscribe and hit the bell. The book, as well as the other ones in the series, they are available on your want to support me, that's on my Patreon. Get access to about everything written. Want to listen to me do these live? It's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. on Learn the notes that I wish you a good day.